Hey everybody, how's it going? Another one of those days I'm having a tough time recording anything. I think everything I've recorded, I'm going to get rid of. Start the day over again. Oh, it's kind of misty, rainy outside. It's getting here. At least it's cooled off, so hopefully we don't get any tornadoes. Like I say, we're talking. Now by the time you see this, hopefully we didn't, I guess. Yeah, I think what I had talked about before, I talked to the machine shop today, asked about a couple of sets of pistons. So I've got a 400 block and a 400 crank that are already done. The block needs to be fitted to the pistons. I talked to him about those. And then I got this motor right here behind me. I think I've come up with a little series I'm going to do on that one. Kind of a low dollar budget rebuild. We'll see how it goes. I've been having trouble sleeping the last couple nights. And then last night I finally got to sleep and woke up about 9 or so today. I don't remember. But I notice too when I get thinking about or trying to talk about too much too fast, I'm starting to fall over my words, and I'm like, I don't do that. But hey, guess that's part of getting old. Anyway, yeah, the chainsaw sitting here. The guy's gone, so I'll have to get a hold of him later. So I don't even have a chainsaw chain laying around in here. Yeah, the 79 350 is kind of on hold right now. I took a set of heads down after I went through all my inventory. Found a set that was supposed to be redone, but they were on a motor that's set and got water in it, and going to have them cleaned and re-crack checked, and I don't have the crack checking equipment yet, or who knows if I ever will. So once I get those heads back, if they're good, then we'll be back onto that, because that's what I'm down to, is I got to get oil pump, pan gasket, figure out what I'm going to do for an oil pan on that one. I had some stock oil pans, but well, I've got it listed for sale, but I haven't had any inquiries on it. So if it doesn't get sold, I guess it will go into something. And I'm building this one up a little better than what's in the Camaro, so maybe I might just switch out motors and put a better motor in the Camaro. And I don't know, I just got a lot of ideas, just trying to get them done. And I'm kind of liking on how I got the shop rearranged here. Oh, that's what I was thinking about doing, finding a home for that. I got one cabinet I think I want to end up moving. But, I don't have any more walls. Well, yeah, no, yeah, I don't know. I'll have to see. Actually, there's two cabinets I should really move. To where? That's the next question. But anyway, I'm going to try and figure out something. I moved the green truck and the black truck and the trailer and the Tahoe. Wish Tahoe tranny would have worked. I really do. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll dig out the 454 and work on that too. I don't know. I just... Alright. Okay, anybody out there got any old micro... There you go. Micro Jay, they didn't. There you go. There's that. And there is the part number. I'm after the gaskets, piston, and ring. After looking, no wonder the little guy doesn't have any compression. Yes, I know there's a stud in there to... There you go. Look at that ring gap. And I know there's this little stud in there to keep the locator. Where the heck did it go? Oh, there he is. You guys can't see it, but anyway, it's there. But the piston's got some wear. It's my dad's old saw, and you know, a while back we started on this. Called the parts house. He's trying to find, but there it is again, just in case. That is the only identification on this saw. So I get a new piston and a ring. I think I can get some more time out of my gasket sets. Well, or the gaskets. There's this, and well, yeah, there'd be some carburetor gaskets and stuff like that. So yeah, there's a few gaskets. Trying to find them. So yeah, yesterday's video we drove around the farm and showed you I got trees down. This chainsaw down here I gotta take along. I gotta get a new fuel line for him. It broke off in the tank, so that's gonna be fun to put back in. Yeah. So I'm gonna get the chainsaws running, because that one ain't mine. That's customers. And I've looked at buying a new chainsaw, but holy, that's not happening. This little chainsaw, quite a story on this little guy. It's supposed to only have a 12-inch blade, but I think I've got a 14-inch on it. Oh man, this cuts like a hot knife going through butter. Back in the day when my mom used to sell Avon, they used to give out reward points, and my mom had worked up enough points, and she talked to me. So, oh God, I don't know if I was even, I had to be at least 10. I don't know. Age doesn't matter. It's just a number. She said, "What, you think Dad would like that?" I said, "Well, yeah." And Mom had enough points at that time to get this chainsaw, something else, and something. She had my mom used to sell the hell out of Avon. And I said, "Yeah, I think Dad would," so we got it. And this was Dad's Father's Day present. He loved the shit out of this little saw. Well, he was cussing about it having that little 12-inch blade. He says, "Cuts like hell, but you can't cut nothing with it." So one day I was over and I picked up a 14-inch blade, brought it home, put it on there, and he's like, "That ain't gonna run it." Shit. This saw couldn't tell the difference between a 12-inch or a 14-inch, so put that on there, and this little saw's, oh man, did this little thing run good. Well, then she got hard to start. Well, like I said, now I know why the ring gap is. So, now if I want to do it, I'd like to put a new piston ring in. The piston's got a little bit of damage and wear on it. It don't quite fit in the cylinder like it should. The cylinder looks good, but looks like the piston took the wear. So I'm trying to get chainsaws, which, get this together, that's another box of parts that's sitting around gone. So hopefully in a couple days or whatever. Yeah, I'm kind of grasping at stuff to do right now. In the middle of waiting for parts for that Ford. Yeah. Some stuff's supposed to be here Friday, I guess. So, I guess. Anyhow, well, I'm going to find a different box to put this in, or maybe just stockpile it here on the bench, because if the shop comes through and finds it, we could be building a saw here. Another saw. You know what? That's what we're going to do. Just stockpile it right here. I ain't got anything else pressing going on in here. Like I said, I'm just kind of grasping at things to do. That's what I wanted to do. I can't do because, yeah, I think you guys have figured it out. Yes, again. So I just, anyway, all right. Oh, there you go. Vent is now in, so that can go out the side of the building. I'll show you here. It's all running downhill, so it won't run back towards the building. So now I'll just have to get some expander-foam or something and fill in around that. So cool. Another job done. Haven't decided what I'm doing yet. A little this, a little that, a little this, a little that, a little this, a little that. I guess that's what I'm doing. I hate insulation. Well, I don't hate insulation because of what it does, but I hate it because of what it does to me. It just tears me up. So yeah, now that old 283 there, I'm thinking about turning down. It being a 283, I really don't have a use for it. But I got use for its parts. So I don't know, we might start knocking that down. Thus, that's why the vent's now hooked up. So, I don't know, haven't decided yet. Okay, I decided we're just going to tear into this motor. Get it apart. So, I want this intake for one of the motors. So, alright, we're gonna get her off. So, really? Got the hot tank warming up. I want to test out that vent pipe, make sure that's working like it's supposed to. And so, I'll get this intake cleaned up. Show you guys the, hopefully the wow factor that happens when we do that. Okay, set that there. Sorry about that, I forgot you guys were there. Okay. That's off out of the way. Distributor out of here. So get to the intake bolts. Actually, I want the heads and intake off this for another project. Well, you said that's 283. Yes. 283 heads will work. But you gotta be a little creative. Getting them. Not too bad of a distributor. Okay. Nice little bracket. Kick down and all. I got enough silicone right there to do a couple motors there. Hey, I actually have the thermostat in it. 9 times out of 10, these old motors, they've eliminated the thermostat. Oops. Sometimes you just can't do it all by power. Okay. With that, we should be ready to pop her off. This motor is exceptionally clean inside. Pretty cheap ass gaskets they used. Anyway, off the motor, in here. That garbage. Those almost look like a rubber gasket. I'll lay those over here for a little bit. Actually, all right. And again, we're just after parts. This motor, I don't know what will become of it. So, somebody's put one screw and stud in. Somebody's worked on these a little. See where this come from. This might be an old stock car motor, so I'm waiting to see if it's warm or the head's worth. So anyway, let's see. Well, none of those head bolts were very tight, were they? There's your shorts. And just like that. One of what I'm after. It's right there. And according to the gasket, looks pretty good. Whew. Looks like she was running awful rich though. Yep. That's what I'm after. A little rust in there. So she's a 30 over 283. Got 30 over pistons in it. So somebody spent some money on her. Something will see. You know, I'm going to get a tape measure. Something don't look right with this 283. Something don't look right. Burn an inch. Yep, it's not a 4-inch bore. Oh, wait. Huh. Really? Somebody do a little. Let me explain why they. Seems like the cylinder walls are so thin on it. Huh. I don't know. Anyway, I want to knock the other side off just the same way I just did that one, and we'll get them in the hot tank and get them clean. Okay, there you go, the dirty stuff. We'll see how it comes out. So, Here we go. There we go, it's cleaning. So, alright. I should have left the camera on because you guys, that was crazy. Broke the head loose and it almost got me. The dowel pin there was not in the motor or the head. You can see by that gunk there. I did not take them out. They're gone. And looking now, I'm not happy. Valves are sunk, so I gotta spend money on these heads. They're gonna need seats and guides more than likely. Shoot. Oh well, I'll get them cleaned up. I forgot to look at the other head closer, but unfortunately you can see how that's sunk. It's going to need seats and guides, probably new valves. But basically these are the double humped heads without being double humps. And yeah, I can't, both sides didn't have the alignment pins on them, unless so yeah. I shut that off when stepped outside and the steam is going out the side of the building, so it should be safe to open now. Wow! Remember that intake? Wow! Wow! That's looking really good. Turn those up on their side here. Cool. That's all cleaning up nice. I can't believe that intake cleaned up that nice already. Wow. Hey, well, I'm going to let it go a little longer. I mean, the head's even cleaning up. This is the old trick where you put the hole so you can put your mount your alternator. See, they're the old 520s. So cool. Well, let it go. You know, if I like seeing that there, might have to do a little intake repair, but wow, I didn't think that intake was going to clean up that good. Wow, okay. Let it go again, so yep. Thinking about taking the crank out of this and using the crank in another motor and mail the Chevy 302 out of it. So, all right. Well, that was not what I wanted to find on this intake. Guess I'll get the cleaner. I want to say grinder, but not the grinder, but clean that up and then get the die grinder in there, dig out all that rotten, and we'll fire up the welder and weld it up. I got that spot. I might go ahead and hit that. Yeah, right there. It's, oh yeah, that's more than what we'll take off. So I'll grind all that out, weld it back up, and then he can resurface this intake. We got that to hit, and we got to figure out how to straighten that area out, because it needs to be touched up. Otherwise, not bad looking intake. There it is. So, and this I got to get off and plug that because I won't use that. Those were brand new. That's what happens when you let your stuff sit around in buildings that get wet. So, and then you take a carburetor that was working and then take it apart the proper way, and I gotta see if I can get the new shaft and the new screws. Then I got me a good carburetor. Yeah. So, anyway, I'll be back. Okay, I must really be bored or something, or I don't know what's getting into me. The lack of things to do because there's no cash flow, or what. Well, I just cleaned up all the bolts and everything for this Ford motor, so that's going to be ready to go. And I cleaned up the bolts from the 283 already in the heads and found a little disappointment on the heads. I forgot to tell you. I don't know, I might have a junk head because some idiot, oh, you can see it right there in the camera, put a screw and stud in it and split it. So if I have these machined for guide plates and that, we might be okay. Otherwise that head's junk. Yeah, I got the Ford stuff right here. Let's see what it looks like. Well, paint's coming off. Wow. Cool. Okay. Ah, look at that. Even got the part number. Okay, well. Yeah, I'm going to have to clean out my screens here pretty soon. I'll start that up and let it go a little longer and finish cooking that paint off. Anyway, I had a saw laying down there. DeWalt saw, and everybody knows I like DeWalt. I've had quite a few of them I've rebuilt. Most of my DeWalt's inventory were broken eBay purchases, and I rebuilt them. Well, a guy brought me this saw, said, hey, they say it don't work. Hold on to your butt. Some people should never be allowed to look inside a tool. Okay, I'll put it back the way I was before I show you. See if you guys notice anything. Oh, come on. Okay, kind of. Okay. You're looking in here. What do you see that's wrong? Oh, what happened to this wire? Why is that wire like that? Well, then I got looking. See, now I'm like, okay. And then we got this one hooked to that, and that one hooked to that, and I'm like, the hell? And then I moved this one. There's the somebody has totally bypassed the switch, wired this incorrectly, because when you plug it in, all it does is go. And then I got looking and took the brushes out of there. There's what's left of the brush, and the other one broke apart. So yeah, I don't think Buddy's going to be fixing this saw, because I'm pretty sure the armature's shot, the switch is shot. Oh, Jesus. Okay. I didn't see, well, I guess that's just a, I didn't see this part, but she took a hard fall. That's smashed and cracked. I'd say she's going to probably go in the scrap heap. Wow. So, yeah, I've got, I've got all sorts of, got a carburetor I need parts for. Let's see, does it show up? It's an Brock. There's the part number. I need the new shaft back there with the screws. I've got the butterflies and spring and a washer. I need that. Got the pollen, like I said earlier. I'm like looking around, I'm like, I'm getting all these little projects cleaned up and on the bench, and I'm like, I'm starting to get room around here. What the heck? The 283, well, yeah, we just went over that, so. Well, I guess saw. I mean, wow. Anyway, yeah. Well, I'm going to rinse off the Ford motors, bolts, and that. Get everything so I can look it over tomorrow. As I learned the hard way with one batch of bolts out of the hot tank, if you don't get them completely rinsed and you let them set for a day or two, whatever that is, it makes it rust. I got the pail there, I can't really read the label on it, so it's supposed to put a bright shine on aluminum, but it cleans the steel and everything. Oh, and then I don't think I showed you guys this. I've taken Facebook pictures. If I did, I'm sorry, but yeah, we're going to be digging out the grinder and die grinder, dig all this rotten aluminum out of there, and then we're going to get the welder. I think I did talk about that. So we got that side, and I am going to do that because that's all porous. So I'll grind that all out and weld it up, and then let Buddy resurface the intake for us. So I don't know, I still might do that yet tonight. I don't know. No, I'll probably do that tomorrow. That way I got a video to do. I'll do aluminum intake repair. And he said this time don't grind it off. He said just go ahead and leave it thick with the weld. He said I can take care of that. I'm like, oh, okay. So, well, I ain't going to have it 2 inches above. I mean, if it's proud, he says the cutter will cut that off. I'm like, oh, okay. So yeah, we got to mess with a circular saw, chainsaw, carburetor, motors. Yeah. So, well, I'm going to finish cleaning that stuff, and I'll see you guys later. And hopefully that other set of heads I took down will work out for the bag motor there. If those heads there would have looked good, I would have went ahead and cleaned them up and slapped them on, but not happening with those right now. A lot of machine work to done to those. But see you later, TLC Bear 2. We're out of here.